anything that will make you stand before Jesus ultimately and you'll be crying. It's not worth it. And that is where you see people in the church or in ministry using their departmental or delegated authority as a premise for doing evil and assaulting other Christians. And say, you know what? If it is me that came late now, pastor would have talked. But pastor didn't talk. I'll wait for her to come late another time. And when she comes late, you just say, will you get out of there, you idiot? Now, obviously people see that you are angry. But you will say that it was authority. Pastor, I just disciplined her. I just told her, step out. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm talking about? That's Absalom. He waits for occasion to use divine authority as an instrument of cruelty, as an instrument of revenge and wickedness. Ambition. That's not just ambition, that is pride. Innate wickedness. You see that in ambition. Was Tamar not the sister of Solomon too? If they were not born of the same mother, were they not born of the same father? But the response of ambition to a problem is usually different from the response of vision. I'm talking about ministry. How ambition responds is always different from how vision responds. And one major difference between both of them is love. So you will see in the life of ambition that ambition, Absalom could not deal with bitterness. Absalom was ruthless. Ambition is ruthless. I've just seen people do things just to get people's attention. Not just church now, I'm talking about anything. Amen? Do you think it's difficult to fill church? Is it? We just need to go the extra mile and do some things and explain them away. You know, like bring Brother Pasuma to church. About 10 years ago, a woman who is supposed to be an evangelist did a collabo with Pasuma. And then she put brother in front of the name of Pasuma on the album. So Evangelist so and so collabos with Brother Pasuma. The song they sang, nobody has heard it after that time. Do you think if I say that Pasuma is coming here to sing, you will have seats to sit? By 6:30, the children of the world are in the church. While the children of church are still coming late, having nowhere to sit. Do you know what Absalom did when he wanted to get Joab's attention and Joab wasn't listening? He sent his servant to burn down his farm. Burnt it down and put a signboard there. I, Absalom, burnt your farm. And then Joab got up and said, what's your problem now? He said, I've been calling you, I want to talk to you. You didn't listen. How do you do that in ministry? What do you do? Just bring Julius Agu to church. And bring some of these crazy comedians that talk about women body parts, women buttocks, and you know, all these shameful things on the platform. Bring them. And you will see all these people you have been evangelizing that have refused to accept Jesus. These wicked people. All of them will come out. And then you tell them, did I not try to get your attention in this neighborhood? All these years, you didn't come out. So I brought you evangelists who crack jokes. Now, listen. I believe that there are some comedians that their comedy is a good platform for witnessing the gospel. Can you do comedy and give clean jokes? Yes. Am I communicating with you? But it is almost difficult to see a comedian who does not crack filthy jokes. And they appeal to the carnal part of man. And whenever they are brought in, that's the thing that the world wants to see. So you can see a church growing very rapidly from bringing crazy people on the platform. It's called grace gift. If God has given somebody grace to crack joke, he should crack joke. Must you say dirty things about secret places to make people laugh? Am I communicating with you? Some people are psalmists. They sing, they worship. Their worship is pure. It takes us to heaven. But listen to me. Today, it is very easy to grow church. Just make it a business model that anything goes. Then you see girls coming to church loosely, guys coming to church loosely, and then the pastor is a joker. Ambition will do anything to get the result he wants. And I mean anything. Even if it means holding God to ransom. Do you understand? That God, you see, today they will know I'm important in this church. Pastor is not around. That gift I should use now. I won't use it. You'll now stay apart and be waiting so that church can be shamed. And you can say, Pastor, I didn't take it because you didn't give me authority to take it. I understand divine principle and order in the house of God. That is when he uses scripture to do unrighteousness. Because he's seeking to make a statement. That's ambition. He burns down the farm of Joab to the ground. Am I communicating with you? It got Joab's attention. The other thing I want you to understand is that ambition has peculiar associates. Ambition has peculiar associates. When you see the associates of ambition, you'll be scared. Absalom could not execute his ministry without the help of Joab and Abiathar. Who was Joab? Joab was David's nephew. Joab's mother was David's sister. Am I communicating with you? What does Joab represent? Joab represents unruliness. Joab represents insubordination. Joab represents parallel authority to the authority of the major leader. And Joab represents competence and strength. Joab was the one in charge of the army of David. He was the one fighting the battles and bringing the victories. But because also David had committed some sin that only Joab knew, Joab used it to control David in the secret. When Absalom died and David was crying, Joab was the one that walked into his pastor and said, Pastor, now I see that you don't love the church. And if you don't get out there and talk to the people, I swear by God, you are not going to have a church by tomorrow when I'm done talking to them. You tell your pastor that. He told David that. Am I communicating with you? He walked up to the president of a country and told him, he said, Mr. President, I am telling you, if you don't get up now and go and address those people, where is the confidence coming from? You know, if you sit down and study the scripture very, very well, you will understand that the age difference between Joab and Solomon is not very much. It may not even be more than 10 years. But he was the one that could tell David anything, could say nasty things to David. That was the person Absalom teamed with to try to take the throne from his father. But you know one thing? Many times ambition partners with competence that has evil in itself. It is one of the reasons why if you see God's children that are holy and are not competent, it's sad. Because they create an opportunity for the devil where there is none. Or where there should be none. When you see a person that says, I'm holy, I don't lie, I don't do sin. But when it comes to competence, it's zero. And a company is forced to hire a demon-possessed man to sit in a position where a holy person could have sat because the person is competent. That's what happens when you see people who are overly focused on rapture and are not thinking about the kingdom of God coming into this world. When it comes to worship, their worship leader, they don't worship nothing. When it comes to preaching, they don't preach nothing.